Hello everybody, my name is Merc and we're back in the Elden Ring non-Shadow of the Erdtree edition. I mean, I am in the Shadow of the Erdtree, but I am back in the base game, of course. It's been weeks since I played this character. I played a little bit on an alt that I've made. It's like a dexterity intellect alt character. But I have not necessarily discovered some more things, but I've been thinking about things that I might have missed in this base game now that I have played quite a bit more. We are definitely going to return to the Mountain of the Giants very soon. But we are in Ronnie's Tower at the moment, Ronnie's Rise, because I haven't been over here in a while, so I figured this is a good place to start. You may also notice I have markers on the compass for some other stuff that I haven't checked out in a while. And it appears that there's a site of grace here. It's a bit odd, considering there's a site of grace below. I like how she has like a booster seat. Well, not anymore. I have a feeling she's never going to come back here. Visions of snow. That's odd. My question is, why would there be a second site of grace up here? It's pointing towards like Rena's Rise, but it also could just be pointing towards the top right. Actually don't know where it would be pointing towards. I didn't notice there's a whirlpool right here. I wonder if you can see that from some of the ledges. I am tempted to maybe check out Rena's Rise, because like I said, it's been a couple weeks since I've played last. I've inadvertently been spoiled on a few things. Well, not necessarily spoiled, but people have been positing some lore theories on the social media, and they're getting through my mutes, of course, because people don't tag their stuff anymore, which is fine, whatever, you know. So I have some more ideas of lore implications. I don't know why I thought that would open. We'll get into more of those lore thoughts as they become relevant, perhaps. It's been such a long time since I played this character, I don't quite remember what's going on. Thankfully, this guy's pretty easy to play. You just jump attack. That's the strat. We're gonna check out Rena's Rise. As I kind of mentioned, I think if I remember correctly, Ronnie identifies herself as Rena, or maybe it's the other way around when you first meet her, and then she reveals her true nature or something afterwards. So maybe this is just pointing at Rena's Rise. We can quickly check it out, and if we don't find anything here, then we will move on. No big deal. But yes, like I said, there's many things that I've noticed, or rather, you know, I've thought of, such as some NPCs we haven't talked to in a while, and other areas, other things that I might have missed before we go back to progressing the main story, because I assume the Mountain of the Giants is very important. Was this always here? Where does this lead? We might as well just take it. I'm assuming this is always here, but perhaps not. I'm excited to be playing more, that's for sure. The Onzel River Main. I don't know if we've been over here. Get some more message of praise. I mean, we don't have that site of grace up ahead, so clearly we've not. Okay, we got some more coffins. Let's take out the weapon. Miniature Ronnie, what the heck? A doll resembling Ronnie the Witch. From head to toe, every detail is perfect. The unresponsive doll seems pleasantly cool. She's chilling, she's pretty cool. Let's switch up the weapons, just for funsies. Oh, I guess I should put on my turtle shield if I'm gonna switch up the weapon. Got some more coffins here. That looks like death. This looks like a pit of death up ahead. Some coffins and caskets. It does seem like this is a bit of a dead end, and it's only like rendered on the map to indicate that that there is, like, you know, a bunch of waterfalls here. Actually, I don't like this weapon. Let's switch to this weapon. I like having this weapon solo for whatever reason. Although we can use a double greatsword build now. Got some silver fireflies. Apologies if there's some background noise. Got some landscapers outside cutting the grass. And you may be wondering, man, Merc must be doing pretty well if he's got landscapers. That's not true at all. I live in an apartment. You know, it's an apartment complex, so I have no choice over the matter. They did cut outside my apartment already, so they shouldn't be going back and forth too much, but you might hear it a little. You definitely hear it right there. I don't know why they keep going back outside my window. When I looked outside, it was already done. All right, we can put the torch away for the moment. Clayman's harpoon. Also, I noticed there's another one of those weird alien creatures back there. I'm not quite sure what else to call them. I'm not sure what I was calling them previously. We have seen them a few times before. I did not expect to find a whole new area over here. When I was gonna go check out Ronnie's Rise. Let's check out that new weapon that we got. Clayman's harpoon with a tip made from sharpened meteoric shard, wielded by the Clayman who infests dynastic remains. The blade emits a faint light and deals magic damage. So this is of a previous dynasty. Or dynasty, if you're talking to Moog. A little concerned about getting closer to this alien thing. Yeah, that'd be why. Cool Palace ruins. We've not been over here. This is definitely an entirely new area. I don't know if this is a safe place, but maybe. Got an item, as well as a dude back there. I'm gonna ignore these items for the moment, because I probably want to take out this weird creature. Let's get a closer look at its ugly face. We cannot. I'm not sure if there is any substance to my idea that they're... Maybe we'll just grab the loot on the way. It doesn't seem like it's that aggressive, I guess. Okay, it's shooting. I hear it shooting. Surely this loot isn't that important. Human bone shard, no big deal. We got one of those plants up ahead. Can't remember, Miranda flower, I want to say. Some smithing stones, in fact one smithing stone 4. Perhaps the most useless item I could have gotten. More claymen. I didn't even know these guys could roll out. It's been a while since we fought these nerds, so maybe that's always been a thing. What the heck are you doing? I ain't letting you throw no bolus. It does look like there's the other path this way, which leads to the Einzel River depths. I can't remember quite where this is. I have to imagine it involves a... Okay, I do remember this building, because this building had one of the aliens that we're looking at now. Or rather, one of the giant aliens that are, that's shooting at us. Trying to cut down the tree. I know I don't have to necessarily kill this thing, but... At this point in the game, it's not that big of a deal to kill one of these. It just takes a lot of R1 spam. Hidden path ahead. Clayman ashes. I've been using the ashes more on my alternate character. The mage, as I might call them. Don't you dare, depths ahead. I mean, they're not wrong. That's actually a pretty good message. Be wary of ahead. So, I have to assume that there's something over there, but I don't know if it's actually worth our time. Got some ghost glovewort. What is this? Trying to figure out what this... Oh, it's madness. These plants are spewing madness. That's new. Just a stone sword key. Not that interesting. It's kind of funny playing on my alternate character there, where I'm just like trying to focus on items I deem important rather than exploring every little detail like I am on this character. That said, I don't actually know where a lot of important items are. I kind of, turns out when you don't play a game for 2 years, you forget a lot of the basics of the start of the game. Some more Ghost Glovewort. This is a pretty good spot to get them. It seems like maybe Ghost Glovewort are easier to find underground. Which I'm keeping note of because, as I mentioned on my alternate character, I am using the spirits a bit more. I just might as well because I am totally ignoring them in this playthrough. So I'm finding some fun in summoning dudes. I ain't letting you summon. I ain't letting you roll. So yeah, I could use some more Ghost Glovewort for my Lutel the Headless summon. Hello. Oh, you're ugly. It's got like an upside down skull head. Can I even hit you? Okay, I can. Oh, it's got an eye in the skull as well. So these things have been only found underground, which means they've been here for a while. Also, the fact that we're getting a Smithing Stone 4 and... Well, I wonder if that Smithing Stone 4 was mostly just a bait. But we're getting Ghost Glovewort 6s and Somber 7s there, so... Perhaps I should have found this area earlier is kind of what I'm getting at. Was a weak foe. I'm glad that I didn't have to find an alternate path to take it out. But yeah, the fact that you only find those creatures in the underground kind of means that they've been here a while, I have to assume. I'm a little unsure about this. Where this is going to lead. I don't believe it. Could this be a water side? Is that what it said? I think the idea being it's a water slide. So they're saying no water side ahead. I do see that we need to be wary of stimulating bolus. Oh, I guess those are for okay. The stimulating bolus gets rid of sleep, is my assumption. Let there be fear. Lots of messages. Lots of cowards. Some gross eggs. Hate to see that. Lots of corpses down here that these creatures are feasting upon. I'm walking barefoot in these corpses. I do not recommend. Oh, you're one of the gross ones. You're one of the gross ones. I do not like seeing the big ugly head. Actually, I don't think it even noticed me. This one did for sure. Okay, this one now has seen. It's giving me some poison. Get out of here. You're gross. No one wants to see that. Like there's another path that way. Some shield grease. We've not seen a lot of this. Coat's left hand armament boosting guarding ability and all forms of damage negation. Primarily used on shields, but it can be used on weapons too, I assume. Let's pull out the torch for fun. Does seem like if I jump down here, I will be able to get back up and towards that item that we just saw. Is my assumption, is my hope. This would be where the other alien was, that weird bug alien we just killed. But we've already been down there. Isn't there supposed to be a merchant down here? Maybe he's in the floor below. The Wing of Astel. I'm assuming there's nothing over there. Check out this item. Sword fashioned from a delicate wings, fused with magic of the stars. Strong attack unleashes a wave of enchanted light, crafted from a relic of the natural born of the void, who is said to have assailed the eternal city. Unique skill, Nebula, imbue the natural born's wings with magic to send forth a dark cloud of stars that lingers briefly before exploding. So those creatures are called natural borns, natural born of the void. To be exact, I guess. So the void, my assumption is space. Because it is pretty much a void up there. There's not a whole lot going on. I mean, there is. Literally everything else in the universe is in space, if you want to get into it. But there's a whole lot of nothing in between the everything else, right? If you're picking up what I'm putting down. And then they said the Eternal City. So I wonder if this is all just the Eternal City. Like, because this area up here was called the Nameless City, if I remember correctly. Yeah, Nameless Eternal City. And then these ones actually don't have really a name down here. Allowhorn Ground. Yeah, Nokron Eternal City. So I wonder if they were all part of one big city down here. And then some catastrophe happened that not necessarily split them apart, but led to its downfall, and then the world grew atop. I almost wonder if that had something to do with the planting of the Erdtree is what caused more of the world to grow. There's a weirdly bright spot here. I guess there's a lantern right there. But it does seem like this used to be like the actual main city. I guess this didn't used to be underground is kind of what I'm getting at, and then over time something happened that either sealed it away or somehow got terraformed. Some more caskets down here. I mean, I don't think there's anything over here. I don't know why that message said, I don't believe it ahead. What does this message say? Nothing of interest. Let's check out our messages. It's been a while. Death Horse. Could this be a snake is approaching my best message yet? I thought I had more messages. I think I probably deleted some. Oh yeah, no head-to-head is my best message prior to the DLC. Okay. Nokstella Eternal City. So I think we've been over here, have we not? What are we looking? We do have... Oh! This is the boss fight. We actually have not been up here at all. Because the boss fight is in like a ravine down there. Oh man. You know what? When I started this video, I did not assume we would be going underground at all. Wait. We got an ant rider? Real talk, what happened is I went to Ronnie's Rise, or Rena's Rise, whatever, the one that we started at, and I saw there was a site of grace up there, and I was like, oh, okay, that's weird, maybe something will happen when we touch it, and then we touched it and nothing really happened. Looks like it's raining, or not really raining, but there's like, you know, dust in the air. But it's not dust of like a corpse. It's like dust, spirit dust, if you will. I have to assume. What does this item have? Magic grease. One of the things that I did before I stopped playing this character for a couple weeks is I was exploring some previous stuff. And by previous stuff, I mean, in particular, sorry, I always forget how to do the map. I was like checking out like some of these isolated merchant shacks, and I encountered them at nighttime, and there are bell-bearing hunters at some of those shacks. So I went through and killed a bunch of other ones. I did hastily record some of them with no audio. I might throw them at the end of this video, but at the same time, it's just like a simple bell-bearing hunter fight. Nothing really that complicated there. I have a feeling, yeah, you're gonna die in one shot. Oh, you didn't. What the heck? How dare you survive? Nox bracelets. We already have these. Long ago, the Nox invoked the ire of the Greater Will and were banished deep underground. Now they live under a false night sky in eternal anticipation of their liege, of the coming age of the stars and their Lord of Night. So I think Ronnie wants to become like the Lord of Night. She very much has something to do with the stars. The Nox invoked the ire of the Greater Will. So does that mean that they did something that caused the Greater Will to send the fingers, among other things? I'm trying to like parse how much of the lore we've gone through. So when we fought this is like DLC lore spoilers, maybe a little, the Mother of Fingers, I came to the conclusion that she was sent from space. So I wonder if these Nox somehow got the ire of the Greater Will, and that's what caused them to send the Greater Will to send down the Mother of Fingers and establish a Golden Order, because they didn't like what was going on down here. It did say, oh, hello, that they were banished. I thought she died. They were banished underground, so maybe my idea that the world got terraformed around it was incorrect, but it does seem weird that they banished a whole city underground. You know what I mean? Like, if they got banished underground, maybe they built the city down here. Oh, there's a fog wall up ahead. But also, it could mean, theoretically, that once the Golden Order was being in place, or rather, once the Erdtree was planted and growing, it could have terraformed around this these cities down here, the Eternal Cities. Maybe they're called Eternal Cities because they couldn't be destroyed. So instead of destroying them, they just banished them away by growing the land around it. Seems a bit weird, I'm not gonna lie. Doesn't sound like the most plausible of theories, but at the same time, there's a lot of weirdness in this game. I can't believe I made all these like compass points on the map, and we're gonna ignore them for now. It doesn't seem like this area is that big, so I'm not too upset to find more to explore. In fact, I'm happy to find more to explore. I definitely did not expect to be coming down here, although I did realize there's a couple areas on the map that we've not been to, including this one, obviously. Silver Tear Husk. The Silver Tear makes mockery of life reborn again and again into imitation. Perhaps one day it will be reborn a lord. It is a tear ahead. Might as well drink up. I wonder, okay, so if the Nox, they have a lot of like weird flowing weapons as well. I think I can't really show any of them. There's some silver tears up ahead. So the Nox perhaps made these silver tears. I don't like that they're electrified, that's the word. Lightning-fied? That's not the word. I think these guys don't like my fire. How you doing? Yeah, they're not a big fan of my fire. Celestial Dew. I think that's a pretty important item. Pathetic sword ahead and short seek lover. I thought it said lever for a moment. Okay, this is for absolutions. reversing all antagonizations. So the Nox definitely were using silver tears or whatever to create or try to create life forms. And perhaps that's why the Golden Order was upset with them, or one of the reasons anyway. It kind of feels reminiscent to the Albinaurics, which I've, like I said, played on my alt character some more and went through the Albinauric village and kind of internalized more of their lore. Because it seems like the Albinaurics were created perhaps by the Carian nobles or the people of Liurnia, right? Because you find Albinaurics there, but they are imperfect because as time goes on, as the Albinaurics age, they lose their legs, it seems. Again, I've been thinking more about lore lately. Especially because, as I mentioned, some people have been talking about the lore some more. So my thoughts are a little more scattered as to what I think about the world. It's hard to figure out what I have and have not talked about on this series, because as I said, it's been a couple weeks. Trying to figure out if we want to stay on the ground or we want to go up here. It does seem like there's a path that leads all the way over there. So let's just continue along the ground for now. We have fought the boss down there. It was a dragon warrior. Or a dragonkin, perhaps. Just gonna keep running. Ignore that something was shooting at us. Check out this ornate treasure chest. Ghost Glove Wart number 9. Okay, so it's just the mimic tears shooting at us. It's interesting that there are mimics in this game, but they're not treasure chest mimics. I wonder why they're called mimic tears, though. Also, I'm wondering how they were formed. Turn back, not here. Do these creatures have something to do with the mimic tears? Trying to think. You do only really see these creatures underground. There are like crystalline versions of them. Oh, hello. Should have expected that, and I didn't. But yes, on my alt character, I also got this torch. This torch is very important to me. It's my emotional support torch. Oh, it's gonna explode. Took me half a second to realize what was happening there. So I encountered the crystalline versions. Oh, this one has a shield. This guy's very reminiscent to okay, please lock onto the spider lady. And by spider lady I mean ant lady. There's lots of dudes over here. I don't know if you noticed. And by dudes I mean tears, I suppose. Do you ever get whipped so hard you just like fall flat on your butt? Because that's what just happened. I don't like that I miss the attack when they're on the ground like that. Hello. Please stop what you're doing. I don't appreciate it. Oh, it actually just killed the other one. That's good. Okay, this is the one with the shield. This is very reminiscent of the phalanx from Demon Souls. I was gonna call it Dark Souls 1. I don't want a chain reaction. It'd be fun. All right, chain reaction time. Hey, it worked. This one also has a shield. I think these are the first time we've seen shielded mimic tears. Okay, there's a couple more on the ledge. Get that ghost glove wart that we're not going to use. Very important. It's a big arrow. Oh, it dissipated rather quickly. Worrying I'm gonna get shot in the back by inspecting this ledge. I have to imagine there's nothing here. I remember when we fought that the dragonkin down there. Oh, I'm in battle. I want to check out the map. I was very confused as to why there was a whole chunk of the map we could not get to. Yeah, dragonkin soldier of Nokstella. Nothing but a golden centipede in here. Kept as a fetish by Golden Order fundamentalists, especially the hunters of those who live in death. As such, they're found near churches and similar. You mostly find these underground. Golden Order fundamentalists. I assume the Golden Order has no bearing down here. It seems like that the Golden Order was against the residents of these eternal cities. It seems like they were sealed away on purpose. But it's interesting because we found that key item required for Ronnie's quest, which I think we failed miserably by accepting the three fingers. I can't remember what that item was. Surely it's a key item. I don't know if we'll still have it though. I think we might have gave it to her. There she is, speaking of. Yeah, I'm not gonna waste time looking through that. There was the item that she required down here, and it required that meteor to fall so we could get access to the upper section of Nokron, the Eternal City. That was Blythe's quest. Or at least some of it anyway. We haven't seen him since. I hope he's doing well. I hope he didn't die. Like everyone else we've met in this game. And again, that was part of what these icons on my compass are. One of them was to go talk to the witch lady. I can't remember her name at the moment. It starts with S-E-L. Celia? Oh look, there's a branch there, a golden tree branch. Does seem like there's more up above. I do have to wonder what these ants have to do with all of this. The queen ants that we fought previously, and it looks like these are aspiring queen ants as well, because they have the white butt. I don't know how that works. Again, I don't know much about the lore of these ants, but they were dropping Newman runes, and it seems like Newmans were a type of people. And if you really want to get literal with the word Newman, let's go pull out the Newman rune, or have a look at it anyway. Lord's rune. Do we even have any? There we go. There's only one type of Newman rune. The Newman are said to have come from outside the lands between, are in fact the same stock as Queen Marika herself. So if you want to read that word literally, Newman just could mean new man, right? A new type of people. And that also gets into some of the crazy theory I have of the game now, where I posited that Meter, the mother of fingers, came from space, right? But since it's the mother of fingers, obviously that is what bore the finger ruins and all the two fingers and the three fingers. Which, another thought that I had, if you add 2 fingers and 3 fingers together, you might get a whole hand. So perhaps they're 2 sides of the same coin, right? The 2 fingers want Golden Order, the 3 fingers want Chaos. Perhaps both of them are part of the greater will. But also, Let's go to the golden braid trinket. Sorry, this is gonna be like a very confusing episode of me figuring out lore here, because as I said, I've been having thoughts, you know? Deep thoughts. All right, let's go to the golden braid. Which I did see. I just noticed that there's +1, +2, +3. The golden braid is the +3 version of the Erdtree talisman. It's interesting that it's called Erdtree talisman. Oh, Erdtree talisman. Okay, so I don't know if we even found any Erdtrees. Okay, we're not going to talk about the Erdtree because I don't know much about that. I'm assuming we'll find more later. But we found the golden braid in the shaman village. And it was Queen Merca's offering to the grandmother, and it was like a statue of a person entwined with a tree. Within a tree, I should say. So if her tree, if that tree is her grandmother, like she was born of that tree, and this is gonna get even more crazy in a second. My lore theories here. Because one of the grand conspiracy theories I have now is that every single tree, Erdtree, Erdtree, and normal tree, just any tree you find in the overworld, those are all from space, I think. I think the Mother of Fingers bore the 2 fingers and therefore the 3 fingers. But also, it bore the trees, which eventually bore the people of the shaman village, because it seems like the shamans are intertwined with the trees. And perhaps even try to turn into trees. So basically what I'm getting at is every single tree in this game is an invasive species. And I'm noticing there's some, I don't know if those are tree roots or tree branches right here. But basically what I'm saying is trees is aliens. Does that make sense? Trees is aliens? Am I going mad? Perhaps. Perhaps I've been thinking about the lore of this game for a little too long. Stop that. And it's leading me to some crazy theories. I'm going full conspiracy mode here. You know that guy from the History Channel who like says aliens, like the pyramids were created by aliens? Well, what if trees were created by aliens? And you may be wondering, like, why? Why would the trees be created by aliens? And it's hard to find the particular items I'm looking for. I think there's like a spell. Again, sorry this is all over the place, but like I said, I've been having thoughts, man. Minor Erdtree creates a small Erdtree. Merca bade the village of her home in gold, knowing full well that there was no one to heal. I wonder if it's because they turned into trees? I feel like there was like a spiral incantation. That's what I'm looking for here. Spira. Superior sorcery of the Tower Priests. The spiral is a normalized crucible current that one day will form a column that stretches to the gods. Normalized crucible current is a spiral. So again, the crucible was one of the first forms of life in the lands between, right? These roots look really weird. And if you the crucible is the embodiment of chaos, which is against Merca's golden order. Obviously, order is the opposite of chaos. So if it's a normalized current of chaos, that would imply that someone was bringing order to it, right? Ooh, we got an elevator here. But they are trying to reach... Let's read that one more time real quick. Apologies again for being crazy with it, but I can't help it now. The spiral is a normalized crucible current that one day will form a column that stretches to the gods. Okay? So, like the Erdtree is a spiral tree, and it is growing straight up into the sky. Maybe not necessarily straight, but as high into the sky as it can go, right? And what is above the sky? Well, it's space. It's the void, as they might call it. Which would mean that if they're trying to grow towards their god, they would have to grow straight up into space. So it almost makes me wonder, like, are the Erdtrees growing towards space so they could have, like, better reception of the greater will, perhaps? A better understanding? Oh, we got more of the weird ants here. I really don't understand what these ants are all about, and quite frankly, I don't think I want to know. There's nothing even over here. Why am I doing this? I am doing it, but then that also begs the question, if the Erdtree, being a spiral Erdtree, was banished away, why would Merc want to do that? Because there is evidence that the Shadow Realm was originally part of the Lands Between. And I've had a pal of mine on social media kind of posit the idea that because, and I had this idea too, because of the suppressing pillar, the inscription atop of it says this is the center of the Lands Between. But nothing else in the Shadow Realm DLC refers to this area as the Lands Between. So it makes me wonder if this was originally in, like, at the center of this map. There's a big hole in the center of the map, right? Perhaps this was where the Shadow Realm used to be. I don't think we're gonna get a real answer to that anytime soon, I'll be honest. Because unless there's a grand revelation at the end of the boss fight that we have skipped for now, the final boss of the DLC. And I do think there is going to be actually a bit of a lore implication down there, because the location that you fight that boss is shown in some of the lore specific the story trailers of the game. More celestial dew. Which again, being celestial, you might think might come from the skies. But how would the dew fall from here if it's been underground? And my idea to that would be that this area wasn't always underground. And perhaps as the Erdtree took root, it terraformed the world around it and kind of exiled this area, sealed it away. Let's go see if we can find this golden branch up ahead. I don't think we can. Like, that message said there was nothing here, so I have to wonder if we have to go up and then we'll find our way down. Before we take that elevator, let's go do that. Let's just run back real quick as I try to form my thoughts into coherent sentences. But yeah, it kind of begs the question as to why Merc would seal away the Shadow Realm, which theoretically was just a part of the Lands Between, like a part of her kingdom. But then she decided that she didn't like it. And it could be because the Horn Scent, the people who were embracing the Crucible, the chaos of the primordial world, again, it's like the Erdtree is obviously a type of Erdtree, but something is different about it that she didn't like. That's kind of what I'm getting at, what I'm positing. And also, as I kind of was alluding to and then lost my train of thought, that was a nice jump dodge. That final boss. So this is like a casket, a coffin, if you will. But behold, right, there's one right here. The boss fight takes place in a lore significant area. I don't like that. Ant's skull plate. There's like 2 mounds of bodies in that final arena, and I feel like that's a very important place. Huge head of one of the giant ants which inhabit the 2 underground rivers, used without modification as a shield, excels at repelling enemy attacks. Giant ants are venomous creatures, granting a boost to immunity when wielding this shield. It's got a shield bash. So no real lore there. So hopefully we'll get more information on that that boss fight arena that I keep trying to talk about. But the reason why I keep like losing my train of thought is because I don't really have much else to say about that. Unfortunately, it seems like it's a bit of a dead end for our lore at the moment. We only have so much information, which is why I want to play more and explore more and get more lore. Because clearly we are missing crucial pieces of information. Oh, these ones all have shields. That's kind of scary. There is a treasure chest. It does seem like these treasure chests have some decent items, but that said, we did just get an ant skull shield. So maybe that is not true. Although I guess it begs the question why someone would put that ant skull inside a chest in the first place. Lots of questions. I don't know if you've noticed. The Ghost Glove War Picker's Bell Bearing number 2. Okay, that is an important item. Got a statue of a Nox person here, as well as these messengers from Bloodborne almost looking creatures. We've seen these grow out of other buildings. Not quite sure what the significance of that is. This is for Ghost Glove War 4, 5, and 6. We didn't read the lore on the Clayman Ashes. Bowed with age, these spirits are sluggish but hard to stagger, the warped remains of priests who search for revelation in service of the ancient dynasty. They employ 2 sorceries that produce smaller and larger bubbles. They search for revelation in service of the ancient dynasty. So again, this area is much older than Queen Marika's Golden Order, and therefore her the city of Lanedell. Okay, there is an item, not a complete waste of time. Archer Ashes. Have we even seen these guys? 3 Archer Spirits. I'm not sure if we've seen these enemies at all. Spirits of archers who belong to the Fallen Hawks, a band of soldiers that once explored the Eternal City. Their arrows are imbued with cold ghost flame. Though their methods are somewhat crude, they work well as a squadron, firing a hail of arrows in unison at the sound of a war cry. We can use it. I'm curious. I think if we see that little, the icon that says we can summon a spirit, we'll try to summon those guys. Oh. You know what? I deserve that. That's fine. Oh, it even has a shield. I was gonna say, that's Ambush City in here, no question. Another treasure chest. I'm not even worried about traps anymore. It's only a white item. Ew. Somber smithing stone, what the heck? I was just looking at the remnants of that silver tear husk. Alright, we're still going. I do need more smithing stone, so I'm not too upset. I like upgrading more stuff. In fact, I think we might have even upgraded some more pertinent weapons, such as this red bear claw. This might actually be fun to use. So let's try it. It goes with our our armor set, kind of. This might be a bad time to use it. Okay, we found the fog wall that we were looking at. Actually, this is not the same fog wall, perhaps. It might be. It might just be the opposite side of it. What does this message say? Seek treasure chest, but be wary of pair. Oh, there's 2 knocks. Maybe this is a bad time to be pulling out a new weapon type. What is that noise? Oh. Oh, it sees me. Quickly switch our weapon back. I had a feeling. It just killed me! It just killed me dead! Are you kidding? That just happened. I'm gonna drink some tea. That's upsetting. Because, well, it's not that big of a deal. We can't pull out the horse, but... What is our drink? Can we look at that? Restores HP when near death. Hey, how you doing? Man, I hate dying like that. Obviously, okay. Obviously, I hate dying. You don't want to die. Night Maiden Twin Crown. That's a new item. Twin crowns worn by the Night Maidens of Eternal City indicates the highest clerical rank and hides the eyes of silk. Long ago, the Nox invoked the ire of the Greater Will and were banished deep underground. Yada yada. Their Lord of Night. Let's run past these. I mean, they're just some slimes at the end of the day, right? Dying to a big ball ain't fun. Hate to say it. Especially because I basically took out half its damage, or half its HP in one shot, and then just immediately died. The ball is coming. It's kind of scary. I need you to die. Okay, like I see what you're doing here, and I respect it a little, but just a little. I'm assuming the big ball is also made out of the mimic tier silver, which could also be considered mercury, depending on how you're looking at it. Precious item, eh? We'll see about that. Night Maiden and Swordstress puppets. These sisters, members of a cold-blooded race who wield flowing weapons, became puppets of their own volition. So I don't quite remember what the difference between a spirit and a puppet is. We have a couple other puppets. Let's go check that out. Yeah, these are all puppets down here. They became puppets of their own volition. Yeah, I'm not quite sure. What I'm thinking is, because this area is obviously older, that the puppet making technology is more of an ancient art than I thought. I thought maybe Celavis was one of the ones who pioneered it, perhaps. Man, I don't want to fight this friggin' ball again. That's so lame. It is just not a fun thing to fight. Especially because apparently it one-shots me. It didn't actually one-shot me, I will acknowledge. I don't want to go over here and encounter another enemy at the same time as a giant bull. I'm looking at our spells. This is the first time I've looked at the spells in a while. What if we use the pest thread spears? I had a feeling that we were going to be out of range on that one. God, I hate this thing. Of course! Oh, and now I have no mana. Please put your thing away. This thing's gonna run at us right now. Okay, I didn't do half damage, I lied. See, this isn't a fun fight, what I just did there. that was very dumb. Larval tier. So yeah, I do think that those were formed as much substance as it is a living organism. Core of a creature of mimicry known as a silver tear. So even the idea of silver tears is obviously an ancient art. Are you kidding me? Really? Oh, I was gonna say, this thing better die. Another one. Did it close the door behind it, or was it just, like, covering the door? This better be worth it, whatever this is. It's a golden item. Great Ghost Glove Wart. So the answer was no. It's not worth it. Or this character is ostensibly not worth it. So yes, I guess my idea there is something got reborn into the giant ball. Those giant silver balls are living creatures, and they used to be something else. I appreciate these messages saying there's nothing up ahead. Wolf. Is Blythe gonna be down here? Hmm. Looks like we do want to go through this building to get over there. Try target lock. Yep. There's another ball up there. My favorite. I swear, if it's a gang squad of giant balls, I'm gonna be upset. It's just pooping out. Like, I get it. You're pooping out the silver tears. Perhaps this is maybe an origin of the silver tears. Like, this is how they were created. I'm hoping this chain reaction works, but it doesn't seem to. Oh my god, they just keep dropping. Yeah, that's what I was hoping for. I just wanted the ball to drop. Can you get through the doorway? It kind of looks like you can. Maybe, maybe not. I'm gonna say no. Now time for the most thrilling, engaging fight of Elden Ring. Attacking the giant ball. We've done it. And we didn't even have to die. Alright, we got way more of these. And there's still one left. Okay. Another larval tier, of course. Makes sense to me. I hear a scarab. Not quite sure what these silver tier husks even do, but we're picking them up. Somber smithing stone 7. Not that intriguing. I don't know where this scarab is. Scarab, scarab, where would you be? Oh, I think I see it up ahead. Another somber? Yeah. Alright. Again, we do need some smithing stones. I don't remember which ones we need. I like that I pulled out the the bear claws and didn't even use them. It's definitely going to be something I need to practice, so that's why I don't necessarily want to use them right away. We do have the opportunity to summon a spirit. So let's pull out these guys. Why can't I use them? Oh, because I have no mana. That makes sense. Oh. Oh, I forgot about these guys. Makes sense. I forgot that the silver tiers can turn into NPCs. You know, it makes a lot of sense as to why we can't use these dudes. There's not really an easy way to restore FP, right? I feel like there's an item that we got in the DLC that might restore FP. Instead of using starlight shards. But maybe that's incorrect. Oh, it's this one. And we can craft these. Let's do it. I knew there was another way. I just worry that the starlight shards are actually like important items somehow. I don't think they are, but until I know for sure, we're not using any of them. Now we can summon these nerds. Yeah, I don't know if we've encountered these enemies at all. Let's use a stimulating bolus here. Just because I don't feel like falling asleep in the middle of a fight. We appear to be in some sort of church. It looks like this would be another throne of one of the giant dudes. Alright, good job, squad. We've done it. Okay, it looks like the stimulating boluses are unnecessary now. Nothing behind the giant throne, just some nascent butterflies. Oh, that's their arrow. I was like, what the heck is that? Normally these spirits get unsummoned. Oh, they are unsummoned. Okay, I was gonna say when there's no more enemies left. Another golden item. Please don't be a ghost glovewort. Moon of Nokstella. That's a trinket. Increases memory slots. Legendary talisman is a treasure of Nokstella, the Eternal City. This talisman represents the lost black moon. The moon of Nokstella was the Was the guide of countless stars. Now, does countless stars mean people who are aspiring to be casters of sorts? It's a bit of a stretch there. It does kind of imply that there is a lost black moon. There used to be another moon, and it is now lost. Perhaps when the Golden Order was established and these eternal cities were banished into the underground. Perhaps part of that was destroying or banishing the moon as well. I'm assuming the necessary item they're referring to is a golden seed. I hear another scarab. Oh, it might be the blue one that we saw earlier, yeah. Do a quick lap of this building. Can't imagine there's much over here. In fact, a whole lot of nothing. Lots of dead ends in this area. It's fine, I guess, but in fact, it's probably for the best, because I don't necessarily want to be exploring this area a whole lot more. He says as he rounds the corner looking for more stuff. Alright, it does just appear to be a golden seed down here. That's a bit odd that there is a golden seed down here. Like, what are the lore implications here? You know what I mean? Because my understanding was these golden seeds were perhaps dropped from the Erdtree itself and are proliferating around the world. But how would a golden seed have gotten all the way down here unless someone purposely planted? Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna drink up. We'll get rid of these guys. What are our trinkets anyway? Oh, we don't need this anymore. I was playing around with this roar and breath weapon attacks. What do the blood flame talons look like? Oh, okay. Yeah, as you can kind of tell, I was just kind of playing around with spells. We don't use spells too often, so I'm not that concerned about it. Is there anything else interesting we could be using here? I mean, we could just do the charge attack one. There's also the two-hand one, which is pretty good. It's good for the moment. It should allow us to one-shot more enemies that we couldn't prior. Alright, here's the deal. We're gonna go down the elevator, which means we're gonna run past all of these. It is interesting that the ants have purple eyes. I'm assuming that just means that they are mind-controlled of sorts. I'm assuming this is going to be the end, a little bit of a dead end over here, the end of this area. Did find a site of grace. That's kind of a funny message. God, oh God, all the more down. Definitely touch some grace. Pull out the torch. Go left first since that message said seek left. Another powerful ghost glovewort. It does seem like you find mostly ghost glovewort underground. I think I mentioned that earlier, but pretty sure that's been reinforced with every item we found. How are these herbs growing down here? That's my question. Not only are they growing out of water, so clearly they can't be drowned. But there's no sunlight. I suppose a dew-kissed herb doesn't necessarily need sunlight. What does the map look like over here? Just that waterfall. Alright. Nothing special. Just some more gross ant eggs. Why is it always bug? The ant eggs pretty much growing out of the cadavers. Strong foe ahead. Ah. The basilisks. The embodiment of the death curse, or whatever it's called. Are they blind? They like immediately reacted as if like scripted to spew some things, but they didn't actually see me? Some more smithing stones we don't necessarily need. Okay, we're going off the map for the first time in quite a while. Why is it always a friend? Dog ahead. Are we gonna get attacked by Blythe? These messages indicate that it's gonna be a friend attacking us. Be wary of tears. I'm assuming there's nothing over here. That's probably what this message says. We got some more of like it appears the crimson rot looking stuff. Like this looks like stuff you'd find in Kalit. And it appears like crimson rot is born of like blood. Like perhaps like kind of like poppies in real life grow out of battlefields. That's not strictly true, but it is a thing that happens. I wonder if that was going to be like a fight if we hadn't done Blythe's quest and we came over here. I don't know. Yeah, like people are implying that I did it. It means that there was something that they did over here, whereas I just kind of walk through. Just want to check out some more of these messages. It's a bit odd for sure. Where are we anyway, underground? Underneath Liurnia. Man, this area is way bigger than I thought it would be. We've already been playing for over an hour. Like, time flew by. I thought for sure we'd be going back to the giant mountain. Oh, we're going down? What the heck? I think we've got sight or vision of this area before. The Lake of Rot. So this is perhaps a source of crimson rot? It couldn't be the source because Kalit is nowhere near here. Know what I mean? Oh, I really do not like how this looks. It kind of reminds me of that Demon Souls area. I can't remember the Tower of Latria. There was a horrible area down in the depths of that zone. Ugh. The map, Lake of Rot. Okay. Alright, new map. that's cool because there are certainly more areas to explore down here that we had not. What is the significance of this area? Looks like there's a... Oh! So this leads to the one that we haven't been up here at all. This site of grace is actually underground or below this this mountaintop. So we've not been over here. Question is, how do you get over here? This is like a boss fight. Looks like an arena of sorts. Alright, let's touch this. How is it gonna go? Surprise! It's Crimson Rot. Kinda don't like what we're seeing here, I'm not gonna lie. Can I pull up the horse? Of course not! Alright, so... we clearly need to be getting some Crimson Rot boluses ready. Some preserving boluses. We can explore a bit more before I call this an episode. As much as I don't want to. I really, really do not want to. Neat. All that for an Aeonian butterfly. Oh man, I really don't like this. Something is going to come out of the water and it's going to upset me greatly. That's what's gonna happen. This does so much damage. What if we put on... do we have like a Crimson Rot trinket of sorts? I think we do. I think it's like immunity is what we're looking for. Raises immunity. Vastly raises. This is what we're looking for. Oh, that is actually quite helpful. I don't really want to run across here. Actually, we haven't really looked at the map. Right, so we found this little path up here, and we saw this lake from above. I have to wonder if this is just like flavoring of the map as opposed to an actual traversable area. Man. I'm very concerned that I'm going to run out there and something horrible is going to come out of the water. Let's read the lore of the Lake of Rot and Environs, a great lake of standing water downstream of the Ainzo River. It is said that the divine essence of an outer god is sealed away in this land. So we have found lore, in particular around Moog, regarding the outer god. I think it was called the Formless Mother. It seems like there's a few different outer gods. I am standing by my theory that the Mother of Fingers was another outer god. We're gonna hug the wall even though it's going to get us more damaged. But frankly, I don't want to walk through the middle of this area. It's kind of triggering my thalassophobia, I'm not gonna lie. Yep. Okay, what are they? Oh, they're death blight things. Why? Get out. This one is aggroed. Oh, that's not good. Please die. Oh, I wasn't looking at my HP! Dude, Scarlet Rot ain't no joke! I was so concerned with the death blight, I forgot about the dang rot. That's really funny. Drink my rest of my tea here. Apologies. Man, time really did just fly in this video. I guess we're going back there. We have a lot of souls, not that we necessarily need them. There's just a shaman warrior over there. Or rather, sorry, an ancestral warrior. Wait, what the heck? Why is there plants growing? It's weird. Oh, I really don't like this. Not a fan. Okay, when we get on the land, immediately use the bolus. Chug up. All that for a somber. So one of the other things that I kind of was thinking about a lot during my time away from the game, I played a little, like I said, on my alternate character, but I haven't really played on this guy. But I went back to the Prince of Death's throne, where the Fia's champion fight was. It's interesting that this water is blue, because it is very much not blue when you get over there. But you see some more of that death root, and what could be Godwin's actual corpse. It is like a very ugly thing. I remember pulling or bringing attention to it when we first got over there, and thinking about it more, that corpse actually kind of looks like those basilisks that we're fighting here. I'm not sure if I ever called these basilisks, but I think in Dark Souls 1 they were referred to as basilisks. Thankfully, it doesn't seem like they're that astute at when they hear a noise, but they don't actually see me very often. Where are we going? What's going on over here? Death, horribleness, terror. What is this? That's a dragonkin body, is it not? I'm hoping it's not alive. I really don't want to fight anything over here. What is this guy doing? Does this guy know I'm here? No. Why is he immune? That's my question. We'll do some more hugging the wall. I guess I'm glad that it is just some basilisks so far. Because if it was any other terror, I would be terrified. Terrified. Please. Okay. Found a safe space. I'm gonna leave a message here. Just to behold safe space. Did I pass it? I don't think it would be a concept, would it? I can't find it. Whatever. Okay, behold safety. That works. This is a bad message, but whatever. What's around the corner? Some butterflies. Yay. Let's just press this button. Okay, whatever button it was, I would have approved if it cured our rot or healed us up. Alright, these basilisks are just chilling. Man, that is a weak spell. I guess it's because we have no faith or whatever, but It's interesting. They even have like red limbs. I wonder if they are a variant or if it's just. Oh. Uh-oh. Oh, I'm drenched in the goop now. Let's soap ourselves up. Where, oh where is the soap? I wonder if this means Melania is going to be down here. I have no idea where she is in the world. I just know that people don't like fighting her. Need to make more boluses in a moment. Let's do so right now. I have a feeling we're gonna drop down here and there's gonna be like 40 basilisks. 4 or 40? What else we got? More basilisks. I really hope that's not a boss enemy. In fact, there's 5 basilisks. Mushroom crown. That's a new one. Mushrooms found growing all over the body. Oh yeah, that's right. We have found more mushroom armor before. These overgrown mushrooms form a towering headpiece, raise attack power, and something nearby suffers poison or rot. Long ago, great lords served the scarlet rot. Perhaps such fungal bodies served as their crowns. I don't think anything we have here is going to do a whole lot versus these nerds. I'm kind of scared about fighting them. Just get me out. Just get me out. Where to? I don't know, but out, man. Out. I did roll. Oh, what the heck did I just do? Yo? Praise the healer, no doubt. Okay, I'm glad I found this. This reinforces the idea that this thing's gonna come to life. Let's switch up our weapon. Let's go with this now. Because I have a feeling we're about to fight a boss. There's no way this thing isn't coming to life. I'm still at a loss as to why this man's just walking around, no big deal. Hey, how you doing? Oh, I forgot I have to R1. I have to R1. It's fine. Do you think I'm getting a damage boost? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Because that two-hand trinket I have to imagine this is considered two-handing, but at the same time it's not. It's like dual-wielding. Thankfully that was an easy fight. Dragon Scale Blade. Weapon made by sharpening a gravel stone scale thought to be the source of an ancient dragon immortality into an unclouded blade. Alas, the dragonkin soldiers never attained immortality and perished as decrepit, pale imitations of their skyborn kin. Got an ice lightning sword. Calls down a bolt of ice lightning into blade and bring it upon a foe. The ice lightning will persist for a while. That's interesting. Sorry, I didn't look at the stats. I was curious. It is just a pure physical weapon. It's a katana. That is very interesting. On my alt character, I mentioned is a dex intellect character, and I'm using the Moonveil weapon, which has been fun. I, in particular, really wanted to use the Uchikatana, but then I found Moonveil and decided to use that as well. Okay. It's weird that there was a switch to bring up chunks of land. We are past the hour 30 mark. Why is there another message that's floating there? It's almost like there's another switch. We're just gonna run through the middle of this. I'm not gonna think too hard about how terrified I am. Oh my god, that scared the crap out of me. I'm not kidding. I do not like this in the slightest. Get me out! Get me out! Oh no, I rolled! What am I doing? Okay, I was hoping this would bring up more chunks of land. Oh, please get me out. Okay. There's that message we saw earlier, probably. It does seem like this is not a traversable area up ahead. What am I doing? Of course, there's an item all the way back there. Black key bolt. Yep. Yep. Is this another one? This is. It's kind of funny that I incidentally explored this area without finding the paths. Like we could have went here immediately. That's fine though. Oh my god, why? Why? That was dumb death number 2. And you know what? I guess that calls it for the episode. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. We're definitely going to explore the rest of this. Maybe we'll get back to the Mountain of Giants. That's where I really want to be. Definitely do not want to be here. So yes, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, click that like button and subscribe if you haven't. I'll see you in the next one. Bye, folks.